And this is the fruit of a Osage orange tree. It's not an orange, and these are not as good as what they were last year. But the seeds, if you would see them in here, they look like apple seeds. I just smashed this one to kind of get a view of how these looked. Um, so I don't know if I'm able to get anything to grow out of this year, but our tree dropped these fruits off like every September, maybe late September, but typically around October to November. The fruit on this tree drops. And the trick is, let me see, this is a seed. Let me see if you can see this. It looks like a little apple seed. These have to be winter germinated. So typically in the wild or feral, this fruit will fall on the ground. It will freeze during the winter, and then when it thaws, hopefully like the rain will come and the seeds will get imprinted in the ground, and then it will sprout a new tree. That's in theory and how it's supposed to work naturally. So you have to replicate that same process. They need to be cold germinated, and then the seeds need to be planted, and then hopefully we can get a tree to grow. So I'm gonna collect these seeds. And what I do is I have a little container in my refrigerator. I put these seeds in, and what I end up doing is I freeze them, for 3 or 4 months, and then come around March or April, I will go ahead and plant these seeds or parts of this fruit in the ground to see if I can get it to grow. So I got big planters, and the goal is to try to get some of these seeds to sprout. And if I get a baby Osage orange tree or BoDark to grow, once I get about 2 or 3 feet, I would take it out of that potter and go ahead and plant it in ground with some fresh dirt and maybe some plant food to kind of get that tree to grow. This tree is common in the southern states, southern eastern states, all the way up to the Midwest. They are pretty much drought resistant. They're also, they do pretty good with fire and freeze. So they're pretty tolerant. They're native for Texas. So any kind of native trees do pretty good. Another thing with this tree, if you ever get a mature tree, this wood is great for walking canes. So if you want to make a walking stick, or a cane, this wood that come off this tree is durable. The Indians used to use this to make various handles for axe. They make bows out of it. They made arrow shafts out of it. It's a real tolerant wood. Very expensive to find if you can find it. The staves are going to be hard to get. They're going to be in perfect good straight condition unless you manicure the tree, and if you dry it, you cut and prepare the tree correctly so you can have a good stave out of it. I've seen very few people make furniture out of this, and that's probably because it is a hard wood to get, much less not ideal for a lot of furniture making applications because the tree is going to be a little bit hard. It grows every which way. Hope this helps you out. Osage Orange. And then one last thing, a tidbit about this type of tree. The fruit of this tree is also a natural repellent. So what you could do is you could take this stuff and you break it apart like this. It smells a little bit kind of like green unripened apples. But what you can do is you could take this stuff and put it on a sheet of paper or cardboard, stick it in a corner of your closets and stuff like that, or under the kitchen sink. And insects do not like to be around this. It has a natural repellent type of capabilities. So it's a very good organic repellent if you want to think about it that way. And once it dries up and is no longer effective, just throw away the dried chunks of this the little pulp. But Osage orange, native to Texas, native to Arkansas, Oklahoma. I don't know if you can get it in Arizona, but I think Texas, Missouri might be the farthest west I've seen this tree grow at. Osage orange.